As we continue our Pokemon Pirate Black adventure, we take our first steps into Route 3, where we'll encounter new Pokemon and new battles with old friends and new foes. Route 3. This route is probably the most familiar route to me in the entire of the Unova region, because of one thing that you can see right here, the daycare. Yeah, this is where you can breed Pokemon. And as such, yeah, this route I spend the vast majority of my time in when I'm playing Black. So yeah, many hours running back and forth hatching eggs. As such, the music for this route is completely ingrained into my head. So yeah. Now, here's quite a useful feature. This schoolhouse right here has the first teacher up here will actually heal your Pokemon for free. Don't see why there's much need to do that, given that there's a Pokemon Center not too far away, but it still helps, you know, saving a couple of minutes, really. Now, the reason I actually ordered around my party there was I was actually worried that some of these people might actually battle me. That turned out to be not true. I wasn't entirely sure whether these guys did or not. Yeah, now, oh yeah, of course I know double battles, and you're gonna tell me the tutorial on it anyway. Okay. What? That's surprisingly philosophical for a preschooler. Anyway. Now, if you step into the playground, you will encounter some teachers and some young children who will battle you. Now, here's where I'm just gonna say one thing. In this playthrough, because I don't gain any experience points out of it, I'm gonna avoid actually battling trainers, unless I either really desperately need money or I'm forced to. So, yeah, I'm gonna be avoiding trainers a lot in this playthrough, and there's actually, again, it's because really, I don't have anything to gain out of it except money, and I just don't want to have the, yeah, it does get annoying, these long battles when you don't get any experience out of it, so just a heads up and uh-oh. What? What? That, wow. So, yeah, now that we actually have stuff that's weak to bite, you want to watch out for these early game normal types, because they've all got bite, and, yeah, it being a physical dark move, the vast majority of things that are weak to dark have low physical defense, so, yeah, that's why it was ridiculously annoying that, dark was mostly special back in Gen 3. Yeah, I believe there are only, like, 2 special dark moves at this point. Dark Pulse, no, there's at least 3. I can think off the top of my head. Dark Pulse, Night Days, that's it, Night Days, and Snarl. But, the thing those 3 all have in common is that they were all introduced after the physical special split, which means that every single dark move that existed even before the physical special split was actually physical, despite being counted as special then. Oh, now you're sending out a Munna, okay. Yeah, speaking of stuff Psychic is weak to, Leak. Yeah, I still find the sound effect of... Oh, damn it, Synchronize! Anyway, I still find the sound effect of Leak incredibly disturbing, which is why I avoid using the move. It's a pretty bad move anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. I mean, heck, yeah, a neutral Scratch does the exact same amount of damage as a super effective Leak. So, yeah, not a good move. But for the I guess the paralysis chance can kind of help. It's just that, yeah. Heads up, you don't want to be paralyzing Munnas because they'll bounce it right back at you. Ugh, stupid Synchronize. Now, like I was saying, I'm not going to be battling many of the trainers. There is one person in this playground I am going to battle, though, just because I find their dialogue hilarious. But first I'm going to go heal, because wow, that was really unexpected. Stupid bite, whoa. Seriously, I thought Munna was more defensive than that. Anyway, right then. Just gotta be careful, we carefully weave our way around the others, and I actually like to approach this guy up the slide. Oh, I love this guy, seriously. He's got some of my favourite dialogue of any generic, trainer, seriously. And he's a preschool. Yeah, here's the interesting thing about the preschooler trainer class is that the Pokemon anime established that people need to be 10 years old before they're allowed to train Pokemon. And the existence of the preschooler trainer class in the actual games directly outright confirms this is 100% not canon to the games. So, yeah, a lot of people seem to assume, oh, yeah, you gotta be 10 to be a trainer, it was in the anime. Again, that was invented by the anime, never did the games ever say that. In fact, I believe the first protagonist, Red, was actually supposed to be 11, so... yeah. Yeah, I hate people who judge Pokemon just by the anime, mostly because I don't really like the anime. But anyway, yeah, this guy's got a Pansage, so I'm sending out Emilia here to just get a couple of leers in while it's asleep. Speaking of it being asleep, yeah, one of the main reasons I'm using Luna is for that sleep chance. Other cool thing I like about sleep in this generation is it actually shows the Pokemon with their eyes closed. Most of the 3D games have done that, except there are a few Pokemon who actually don't close their eyes even when they're asleep, like, for some very weird reason, Heatran. And for some very weird reason, Lick is doing, like, nothing to me. Uh-oh, that's not good. Okay, if you go for a scratch, that's gonna hurt quite badly. Yeah, you want to watch out for Pansages using Leer, because their stab move is Vine Whip, which is physical, so your lower defense will actually make a difference there, so... Yeah, potions are pretty much a full heal on anything with this low HP, but we're getting to around the point. There we go, Vine Whip. Yeah, that's going to do a little more to me than it normally would with those Leers. Yeah, the other two, Leer will only increase the power of Scratch and Link, but, not their actual stab moves. Oh, damn it. Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. Okay, who wants to go in and finish the job? I'll talk more about Muna's moves and how effective they are when I use it next time. I got kind of a little sidetracked in this one just because I love battling this guy. He's awesome. Anyway, Stab Tackle with a couple of Leers takes that thing down. Again, this guy's probably hands down some of my favourite dialogue of any. Yeah, obviously, his things can't even learn Hyper Beam. Wow, you know what? I've been there. That's basically the attitude of every little kid who played Pokemon back in the day. You know, everyone was all like, yeah, let's use this move, it looks really cool. I remember there was a time when the other kids at my school couldn't stop talking about the move Fisher and how awesome it was that it was a 1-hit KO. Yeah, we know much better now. So anyway, I'm putting Diane at the front of my party. You know why? You might have been suspicious of these two. Yep, a group of 2 trainers, they look like young girls, you know what that means. Twins, and that means double battle. No, 1 + 1 is 5, according to the Ministry of Love. But anyway, first double battle of the playthrough, so this should be interesting. Well, their team certainly isn't interesting. There's not much variety in possible double battle configurations at this point. Double Purloin. Okay, just a warning. My bottom screen kind of has a few weird graphical glitches that only show up during double battles. So the cursor is gonna leave after images around, and yeah, I'm gonna do my best not to get confused by it, so you'll probably just have to watch what I actually do in the actual battle rather than my menus. Yeah, I don't know why this happens. It's only in double battles, but I get these weird graphical glitches on my bottom screen. So, I guess that's probably another reason why being a software pirate is evil. Anyway. So, the reason I put Diane up in the party. Ordino has a lot of moves that are really interesting for double battles. In particular, Growl actually is quite a useful support move, given that it hits both opponents at once and lowers their attack, and given that these things know only physical moves, yeah, lowering the attack of both opponents is quite a useful strategy. Ordino is also really bulky, which helps. And it can also use Helping Hand to boost the power of its allies' moves. Refresh, I don't think that can target an ally. By the way, what that does is it just cures your own status. It's actually not all that useful. I mean, I've never really found it to be that helpful myself. Generally, you want to be using aromatherapy or heal bell instead, which cures not only your status, but your entire team at the same time. So yeah, Refresh is pretty useless, although sadly, a whole lot of Pokemon were given Refresh as a special move in Pokemon XD. Not the best of the Pokemon XD unique moves. Yeah. Though for some reason, I do remember Refresh being really useful in Pokemon contests. I just have this vague memory that I won a whole lot of Q contests with a Latias spamming Refresh. Anyway, weird tangent, like I was saying, Ordino is pretty much the closest thing Pokemon has to a white mage, really. Its move pool really emphasizes an awful lot of moves that are useful in double battles to support the team, but not so much in singles. Sadly, 90% of competitive players seem to think that single battles is the only battling environment, which is something that really bugs me about the metagame. It's just really annoying to me that we now have what? Like, we've got doubles, we've got triples, we've got rotation, we've got Wonder Launcher, and yet single battles they pretty much think that single battles are the only thing that exists. It's just sad, and it means a whole lot of moves go really underlooked, and oh, wait a minute. We interrupt this discussion of the metagame for Cheren. Wow, you got that bad surprisingly quickly. And so we have Cheren battle number 2, not long after the first one. So, has he gotten any better since the last time we battled him? Last time he had 2 Pokemon, this time he still has 2 Pokemon. Last time he had Tepig, this time he still has Tepig. Except this time it's level 14. Except that's still not going to be very much when we've got Aquamonk. Once again, this looks like a job for Aquamonk. You go take... Oh, I wanted you to take an Ember, but actually he's just spamming Defense Curl. Which is not going to help you, because if you didn't get the memo last time, Water Gun is special. So yeah, stop spamming Defense Curl, it's not going to... Oh wow! Looks like Cheren's actually got a bit worse since last time if he's using that. Once again, Otisloop is basically a free turn. And Tail Whip is not going to do much to me at all, given that his stab move is special. I reckon I don't need too many work... Well, I didn't need too many work-ups. Oh, well, that was a critical. Oh, wow. Cheren, you are not doing any better since last time, seriously. You're really embarrassing yourself. You really need to get better. Oh, well, you get a critical too, but fortunately... Yeah, if they're going to get a critical, you want them to get a critical off something like that. I did... I think this would be a good time to say that the trainer's quotes don't happen if you KO one of their Pokemon in one hit. So often you can humorously delay their main quotes. You claim you have knowledge and yet you're using Otisloop at a time when nothing uses Double T. Are you really sure that you are that knowledgeable about Pokemon, Cheren? Wow, that was pathetic. Okay, here's a few things. 1, I've got type advantages over you. 2, you use Defense Curl when my main super effective moves are special. 3, you use Otisloop. 4, do we really need a 4? And we interrupt that talk about how much Cheren sucks for Team Plasma, and also apparently Bianca. They were headed directly that way. And Cheren has, no further descriptives. Oh, I see what's going on here. Cheren, you can't figure it out? Yeah, it looks like, rescue the stolen little girl's Pokemon diversion. You know, I just realized how much harsher this seems after, well, if you've played Black and White 2, then, you'll know this incident kind of rings true with... Wait a minute, I believe... Yeah, I've got control of myself now again, okay. I think I better go after Cheren. After his really bad performance against me, I am not confident he can do this alone. And of course, Bianca's gonna block you from going to the second half of this route until you complete this mini plot diversion. So, we're gonna have to do stuff, but first, let's go get some shinies. Items. There's an item in that grass and I want it. Oh, damn it, wild Pokemon, why do you have to show up? Purloin, really? You're still throwing this stuff at me? Now, I'm not gonna catch anything in the grass on this route just... Damn it, okay, Ordino is a bit slow, I will give it that. Alright, there we go. So yeah, I'm not going to be catching anything in this grass. No, another Super Potion. That was actually probably worth it. I will be needing those. Especially since Diane's got pretty good HP. Oh, there's an item there. I want it. What? Well, okay, please don't... Alright, okay, you're not forced in there. Good. Because I'm going to have to go through this big patch of grass to get over to that item. And you know what? I'm going to cut out any wild Pokemon battles I encounter on the way. Okay then, now if I want that item, I'm going to have to sneak around that breeder without finding any more wild Pokemon. Okay, be very, very quiet. Just be careful. Set up a party just in case I accidentally make too much noise. Oh, come on! Why do you have to turn like the... Oh, damn it. Oh, well, I'll battle you anyway. You see, I was really wanting to avoid this because, yeah, the whole gimmick with Pokemon breeders is... They use Pokemon at a lower level than the other trainers on the route, but they use a lot of them. This one's got 3 level 9s, and that's actually quite a challenge for the levels we're stuck with at this point in the game. Given that we've got nothing higher than 10, so this one's actually going to be pretty tough. If she hadn't made the stupid mistake of using Bide here, allowing me to get some free work-ups. You know what? I've got an idea. Okay, yeah, as long as you don't hit them, Bide is harmless. Now... Oh, this is going to be fun. Right, okay, they're giving me no excuse not to try this. You can probably tell what I'm going to try here. Let's just see how high I can get my stats here. This is going to be fun. Another free turn. Yeah, Bide is great for setting up extra stat boosts. Just make sure that you don't... You want to make sure that you get enough stat boost to actually 1-hit KO everything, because if you don't 1-hit KO them and they unleash the energy on you, that is going to hurt. That's probably enough. Yeah, now, if I didn't have enough stat boost to KO, then this would be bad. But, as it stands, goodbye. What's next? Oh, Lillipup. Oh, I'm so scared. Wait a minute, I got +6 special attack. Goodbye. And number 3, oh, Pidove. We actually haven't seen one of these before. Well, I lied. We actually have, I just cut it out. I'll talk more about this thing with, a bit later on. Anyway, +6 sweep time. Oh, that is so fun. I love doing that. Oh, well, at least you, Oh, thanks. Okay, that's actually kind of useful. Yeah, in 5th generation, some random enemy trainers will actually give you items after battle, which at least gives you some reason for fighting them, and... You're kidding me! You're telling me I went through all that big patch of grass just for an item that makes getting through big patches of grass easier? Yeah. Ugh. So anyway, we arrive here in Wellspring Cave, the obligatory early game cave. And you know what that means? Actually, not, because this cave is not filled with annoying Zubats. It, though, is instead filled with some annoying people, some annoying Team Plasma members. Okay. Just pro tip, taking things by force probably won't make people think you're out for good. Definitely not. Okay, another Team Plasma member. I should, given that this guy is basically the same as the last one we fought, except 2 levels higher, I guess I should take this time to talk about what I think about the Team Plasma battle theme. I really like the Team Plasma battle theme. I think that for a villainous team, really, in a villainous team battle theme, you need it to be memorable and characterful, and I think it really... yeah, this one really is. It's just, like, you would just associate this tune with Team Plasma, and it does fit, just fine. I also did quite like the Team Galactic battle themes back in 4th gen. They were all pretty nice. They were also quite memorable and characterful as well. Yeah, the one villainous team battle theme that I wasn't really so big on was Team Magma and Team Aqua, simply because it didn't really have a specific character to it. It was more like generic villain music. Like, seriously, like, it's a good track, don't get me wrong. It's just that it could really fit any villainous team, really. It just sounds like generic bad guy music. Whereas the Team Galactic and Team Plasma battle themes actually sound like they fit a specific organization that has its own character. So, yeah, okay, I'm gonna... well, good thing I taught work up. Again, just avoid hitting these things when they use Bide, and you'll do well. Eventually, we're gonna get our own Pokemon that has access to Bide, and then the real fun begins. But until then, it's mostly just gonna be used against us by enemies. So, not much else to say here, just another Patrat. Patrat is actually kind of interesting and kind of unique compared to most early game rodent Pokemon, in that, it tends to really establish its character once it evolves to Watchhole. Then it really starts to distinguish itself from things like Raticate, but I'll talk about that once we actually start seeing Watchholes. Yeah, they're pretty annoying. So, anyway. Dude, you're stealing Pokemon from people. I don't think you have the right to say you have right on your side. Uh-oh. Oh, great, they've got backup. You know, I perfectly understand that, stealing is wrong, and that, yeah, you can't really justify that. Oh, okay. Right, we're gonna have a double battle here, but this is gonna be a special kind of double battle. We are gonna have our... again, Cheren says what we're all thinking. Anyway, we're gonna have a special type of double battle here, the game's first multi-battle. Now, the anime actually refers to these as tag battles, but as far as I know, the term is only ever used like that in the anime. For some weird reason, Bulbapedia still calls the whole concept tag battles on its page, but I'm pretty sure in the games they've always been referred to as multi-battles. But anyway, a multi-battle, tag battle, whatever you want to call it, is a battle with multiple trainers on each side. In this case, we're fighting with Cheren as an NPC ally, and we're going to need to rely on him because his Pokemon are much higher level than ours. Yeah, if you're actually playing the game with experience, you should be roughly equal to or higher than his level by now. As it stands, I can't be. There's no way I could get anything level 14 by this point in the game, so we're going to have to rely on him to do the heavy lifting and Ordino for support. This is actually part of the reason why I put Diane up in the front of the party. Now, this is where things get problematic though. You see, you can't really predict what your AI partner is going to do, so I'm trying to use Helping Hand to boost his Embers, but instead, he just wants to use Defense Curl. I don't know when he's going to use Ember, so I don't know when my turn's going to be useful, when they're not. So hey, could you please use Ember for me? Thank you! That gets, again, Helping Hand boosts the power of the next move by 1.5 times. It's actually a very, very good move in double battles. Seriously, whenever I make a doubles team, I like to include at least one thing that knows Helping Hand. In particular, Helping Hand combined with multiple targeting moves can wreak some very serious carnage. Yeah, I've used a team before with, yes, if you watch my Pokemon Battle Revolution videos in 4th gen, I used, okay, let's get this right, Sun-boosted Helping Hand Typhlosion Full HP Eruption. That is painful. Very, very painful. In 5th gen, I've played around with Helping Hand boosted Fire Gem Heatwave Chandelure. That tends to hurt pretty hard too. But anyway, the battle's already over, and so at least Tepig cooperated enough for me to actually, you know, get some stuff done. So I guess, not all... Well... yeah, after watching Maryland's Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity playthrough, yeah, I've lost a lot of faith in the intelligence of Tepig's. But, yeah, okay, like I just said, the game is echoing everything I say. I mean, yeah, I understand that, you know, trainers can make Pokemon suffer, but that doesn't mean that everyone does. Again, Team Plasma are addressing one of the main controversies of the series, and we'll see how that actually goes in a little bit. But I like that the series is actually, you know, looking at a lot of the controversies surrounding it. So anyway, they're gone, and we're left with the cave's normal music, I believe, and we're left to explore the cave, and after some conversation with Cheren. So now he's gone, and we have the cave to ourselves. Oh joy! This is going to be one of those typical early game caves, you know, annoying, boring, repetitive, exploring the whole place, wild Pokemon encounters, everything looks the same, annoying trainer battles, annoying Zubats you can't run from. Actually, no. Wellspring Cave is very, very interesting when it comes to early game caves in the Pokemon series. In that, Wellspring Cave is actually not annoying. It's really short, well at least, it is short now. There's a lot more to it, but in fact, we won't be able to explore it until much later in the game when we get Surf, and in fact it's all optional. So actually, again, this game gets rid of a whole lot of annoying things about the series. HMs, annoying caves, a lot of them are just completely gone. It's really great. So anyway though, we do have one of the staples of caves in the Pokemon series. Early game, first stage rock types. In this case though, rather than Geodude, which, I gotta say, I'm really glad Geodude is not back, because that thing just showed up way too much in Diamond and Pearl. Seriously, they could have just limited it to the Auburg area, but no! They had to put Gravelers everywhere, even at lakesides? Really? I just hated how common they made Gravelers in that one, it was just really irritating. Anyway though, we have Roggenrola, our replacement for Geodude, and you know what? Yeah, you know, you might bash me for this, all you Gen 1s out there, but I personally think the Roggenrola line is so much cooler than the Golem line. Seriously, you'll see once you see Gigalith. Gigalith is just awesome. Plus, they're pure rock rather than rock ground, so they don't have a double weakness to water and grass. That's quite handy. They also, however, have the new and improved Sturdy. We'll see just how useful that is once we add this little guy to our party. So yeah, weird fact about this thing, that little notch you see right in the front of it is not its eye, it is in fact its ear, which is kind of strange. Now I'm going to name this little rock Dan. Dan the Rock. That's a fairly obscure reference, but anyway. Oh, and little did I know just how useful he would end up being. You'll see. So anyway, I'm putting Munra up at the head of the party just because I'd like to... Again, putting things to sleep really helps with catching. And yeah, this is all there is to the cave, and yeah, how ironic that we find the TM Thief in here. In experience, you tend to always find the TM of Thief in an area around where you encounter one of the villainous teams. In fact, in Pokemon Colosseum, I believe it's an actual jail cell inmate who actually gives you the TM. But anyway, funny thing about the TM Thief, despite Purloin's Pokedex entry saying it's known for thievery, it actually can't learn Thief except by TM, or at least, I believe that's the case. It might learn it, but not until later. Anyway, we have here Woobat. Yeah, the name is kind of unfortunate in that it makes it sound like a blatant clone of Zubat. It's actually not. Woobat is in fact very... Damn it! Okay, Munna KOs to Dark types moves too in this part. Dang it. Come on, I thought you had more defense than that. You're supposed to be bulky. Anyway, we've got a Woobat here. Like I was saying, Woobats are actually quite different from Zubat in several ways. One, they're nowhere near as irritating. Two, they're actually based more off real-life bats than Zubat is. Zubat is very much the cartoon bat, whereas Woobat is actually based off a real-life animal known as the heart-nosed bat. Look it up, but I warn you, you may die of cute after seeing pictures of it. So anyway, we've got a little Woobat of our own. The other interesting thing about Woobat compared to Zubat is it is in fact a psychic flying type, rather than a poison flying. Yes, this thing's a psychic type, so I'm gonna have to give it a name. I know. Doctor... Because, you know, being a psychic type is probably quite smart. Doctor... Here we go. Dr. Acula. Props to anyone who gets that reference. It's, again, probably pretty obscure. I find I kind of have a weird sense of humor compared to most people, but, anyway. Dr. Acula. I'll give you a hint. It's from a movie, planned by a legendarily bad director. That was the one movie he had the concept for that was so bad it didn't even get made. And considering all of his other movies, that's really saying something. Anyway, we've got one more thing we need to find in this cave. If we just walk around trying to find more stuff, you really only find Rock'n'Roller and Woobat. Now, I actually didn't catch a Rock'n'Roller at the highest level I could have. I actually only got a level 10 when they actually go a little bit higher, which is annoying, actually. I caught a level 13 Woobat. I believe that's close to the highest they can go, so that'll be useful. But I was worried about my Rock'n'Roller being too low level. In hindsight, I really shouldn't have been. You'll see why later. Another Woobat. You might think, if I've caught the two things that appear in regular encounters, why am I still walking around here? Well, there is one more Pokemon we can pick up here. And it's about to show up soon. Oh, these things are still pretty fast. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go! Yes, caves have their own equivalent of rustling grass. In this case, it's swirling dust, it's often called. Anyway, I'm going to use a repel here, because if I encounter any other wild Pokemon before I step in the dust cloud, then the dust cloud is gone, and I really hate it when that happens. So, anyway, what do we find in this dust? Well, I'll tell you one thing, it's not an Ordino. You don't find them in caves. Instead, you find Drillbur. Drillbur is quite a useful Pokemon to have, and I'm going to go catch one. At this point, it's just a ground type. It's Evolve Form, which of course this one won't ever get a chance to... That was really dumb. I should have either healed or switched out. Anyway, it's Evolve Form, which this one will never get a chance to actually be, sadly, is one of the most broken Pokemon in the history of the franchise. If you're just playing through this game normally, I would very highly recommend picking up one of these and training it up, because seriously, its Evolve Form will, do you a whole lot of good. For the time being, though, it's going to be sand attacking us. I just thought I'd pick up one of these just because, I guess it could be useful. Drillbur is a ground type, pure ground, and it's kind of, more offensive than defensive. It also has the totally useless Mud Sports, weakening the power of a move that you are already immune to. Yay! Phew, that was close. Okay, I better grab this thing now, otherwise, who knows what could happen. You know what, I just want to go ahead and use my Premier Ball just for fun. Premier Balls have the same catch rate as a regular Pokeball, so for the most part, things end up breaking out of them. You generally want to use them only when you feel for certain that you are going to catch something, because they've got a really cool animation and you don't want to waste it. I have no idea whether 30 miles per hour is fast or slow, because, you know, I go by the metric system, which, funnily enough, the Japanese version actually goes by. And in fact, a whole lot of measurements in the series make a lot more sense if you do them in metric, so yeah, the American system of what they changed the height and weight to actually doesn't make a whole lot of sense. go ahead and look up low kick's damage table. You'll see it makes so much more sense if it's in kilos rather than pounds. Anyway, I'm gonna name this thing Holy Moly. Yeah, I know it's a terrible pun. It's also a boss in the Kingdom Hearts series, so I don't really care. Speaking of which, that boss in Kingdom Hearts was actually surprisingly annoying. Ah, another Woobat. Go away, please. So that's pretty much all we can do in this cave. Yeah, that's it for the first cave. Wasn't all that... I spoke too soon. Damn it. What? Oh, come on! Okay, I take that back. Early game caves are always annoying. Criticalling me just as I leave? Are you serious? Ugh, let's get out of here before something worse happens.